didn't need to pull a rabbit out of the hat so much as pull one from Alice's rabbit hole. But abracadabra, after another magical moment last night at PNC Park, the Pirates' magic number is down to 5. They'll look to conjure up another win tonight in front of a sellout crowd. It's the Pirates and Brewers, and it begins right now on Root Sports.
What a moment, what a scene when Russell Martin launched this game-winning 3-run homer in the bottom of the 8th inning to down the Milwaukee Brewers. This sellout crowd went crazy. It is a playoff-type atmosphere once again here in Pittsburgh as the Pirates get ready to take on the Milwaukee Brewers in Game 2 of this 3-game series, as the Pirates, again, expecting another sellout crowd for the middle game of the series. We take a look at the National League Central Division and wild card standings. The Pirates have moved within 1 game of the Giants for the top wild card spot, and they haven't given up hope that they will overtake the St. Louis Cardinals for the division title. The Pirates just 2.5 back of the Cardinals in the Central. Greg Brown along with Steve Last. Glad you could be with us. Glad you could either see it on Root Sports last night or be here. Steve, the atmosphere was electric. And once again, Russell Martin seemed to be in the middle of it all. You know, he gets a lot of credit, rightfully so, for how he's handled the pitching staff and his defense. But he really does both, doesn't he?
Absolutely. I mean, and think about that kind of responsibility package, because he's got to handle an entire pitching staff, 12 or 13 or 14 guys. The way it's going now, he's swung the bat, so he's kept everything together separately.
And offensively, we talk about what he has done. We check out our Barrel Automotive League leaders this season with runners in scoring position, where he ranks, again, in clutch situations. And that's what he is. He's a clutch player.
Absolutely. He has come up big, absolutely, most of the time when the Pirates have needed him. I just hope the Pirates can find some kind of way to keep Russell Martin. I know it's a long shot, but we would love to have him for a long, long time.
Last 14 games, the Pirates have won 12 of them, averaging, Steve, 5.5 runs per game.
Yeah, that's a recipe for a team peaking at the right time. You want to peak at the right time, you want to peak in September. This is how you do it. Everybody's been invited to the party. Everybody has contributed. That's why they are where they are now.
The Pirates trying to win Game 2 of this 3-game series over the Brewers and essentially knock them out of any hopes of overtaking the Pirates for one of those wild card spots. It is a wild atmosphere at PNC Park. The Buccos and the Brewers are coming up next.
going crazy. This place has erupted.
It doesn't get better than this right here. I mean, I've never heard the stadium so loud. It was special. That's whipped cream. It tastes as sweet as it was rounding the bases.
A few of the incredible moments from last night when Russell Martin hit that home run, the reaction of the crowd, his reaction, and the bear hug that he got from Garrett Cole on his way back to the clubhouse. And Russell Martin takes his position behind the dish as the Pirates look to make it 6 straight victories. A beautiful night in Pittsburgh. Edinson Volquez on the hill for the Bucks, as you see the Pirates wearing their alternate black jersey tops. Honda starting lineup for the Milwaukee Brewers, who suffered back-to-back heartbreaking losses in St. Louis and last night in Pittsburgh. Carlos Gomez leads off. Scooter Gennett follows. Jonathan Lucroy is a .308 career hitter against Edinson Volquez. Aramis Ramirez hits cleanup. Then it's Ryan Braun batting 5th. He drops down from the 2-hole. Chris Davis is in left. Lyle Overbay at first. Hector Gomez, the shortstop, and Matt Garza pitches tonight for Milwaukee.
And start number 30 for Edinson Volquez. He has been a shot in the arm for the Pittsburgh Pirates this summer. He has not tasted defeat since July 21st. He's won his last 4 decisions. One little item of concern: last time out against the Cubs, he beat them, went 7 innings, only gave up 4 hits, but he walked 5. So you want certainly good control, and you want him to be aware, and I'm sure he is, as is Russell Martin, about these guys wild swinging in general and wild swinging at first pitches in particular. So if you can, you want to throw some early strikes, but not right down the middle.
Carlos Gomez, a typical swing, losing the batting helmet on the first pitch underway.
His signature. Hat's gone, knee on the ground. He takes a knee.
Yeah. Ball and a strike on Carlos Gomez. Ron Renicky had to answer all the questions again last night. Brought in Jonathan Broxton. Pirates have just had their way with him. And the crowd already fired up. 3 pitches into the game, they chant for Edinson Volquez in their Pittsburgh Pirates. A 2-1 count on Gomez. Swung at the first pitch of the game last night and flied out. Then, the Brewers went on to score a run off Jeff Locke, who turned out an outstanding performance in his own right last night.
Absolutely. He should get a lot of credit, and because of the drama of the ball game, I don't think I read as much about him, but 2 runs given up in 7 innings of work? That's indeed a quality start against a very good hitting ball club. Jeff Locke was fine last night. There was the man right there. He stole the show.
Toward the shortstop, Mercer. 1 out. The Volvo defense. In left field, it's Starling Marte, Andrew McCutchen in center, Travis Snyder in right, Ike Davis, Neil Walker on the right side of the infield, Josh Harrison, Jordy Mercer on the left side, and Martin catches Volquez.
Just another word about Russell Martin as you take a look at Josh Harrison. But Russell Martin, catchers, there's a special affection by teammates of catchers going in because they work the hardest, they get beat up the most. And, just to take that to another level, one other aspect, because they run the ball club on the field. The manager runs the ball club. But these catchers, everybody loves them going in. And, boy, this has turned into a love affair by everybody in this city for this guy.
And I hope that people don't. I understand where you're coming from early, Steve, and you hope the Pirates do sign him. Yeah, everybody does, but let's not get caught up in that. I know you're not doing that, but I've heard some people more concerned about re-signing Martin than they are about winning this thing and going deep into the playoffs in the World Series. And believe me, the Pirates are going to make a substantial offer to this guy. Don't get us wrong. They are going to go after him. Now, whether they can top other teams, we'll see. But that's out
later. On the horizon.
That's down the road. Enjoy what you've seen of this guy so far and this team. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Scooter Gennett. Maybe not sure either about that pitch, whether he felt he shouldn't have swung at it or velocity maybe jumped on him. right on the edge. Two balls and two strikes on Jeanette. 5 for 10 lifetime against Volquez. Well, how do you think the Brewers feel right about now?
Well, they had their face ripped off.
Back-to-back nights, right?
Yeah. Yep.
They had the 2-0 lead in the 8th inning in St. Louis. Ended up losing that lead, went extra innings, lost in 13. And they had Gallardo pitching as well as he has in a long time.
He was dominant. We weren't doing anything with him.
Slap toward the left center field gap. Marte trying to cut it off. He will, but not before Jeanette winds up standing at second with a double. And a repeat of last night's start. One out, and the second batter doubled into the left center gap.
Doing what you should do with the pitch out there. Daniel, coming into this whole series, what's the main thing you want to do before last night's game? You want to avoid disaster. You do not want to get swept. So you win the first game, that's gone. That's off the table. Now you can really do some damage. Everything changes in terms of goal. That was a huge win. Huge win in the big picture. And it wasn't there until the bottom of the ninth, or 8th inning. It just wasn't there.
Until they saw Broxton coming in from the bullpen.
And, you know, Ron Renick, I hope he defended. This guy came out with an ERA of 131 or 173 or something like that total with what he's done. So, you know, he's got.
I guess I asked rhetorically last night, if you're aware of those numbers, his ERA of 10.80 at PNC Park, do you hesitate at all to bring him in?
No, I don't. That's history. This guy's been very, very good. If you go on previous performances, you might never bring a guy in a situation against somebody.
Yep. His battery mate, Jonathan Lucroy, and Jonathan Broxton, ended up throwing that pitch right down the middle to a man who was very familiar with him, his battery mate in Los Angeles with the Dodgers, Russell Martin. Edinson Volquez has been stellar, especially over his last handful of starts. 4-0, 173 ERA in his last 8 starts.
And like a lot of Pirates, he's been very, very good in this ballpark. You talk about root for the home team. Well, the home team has delivered here at PNC Park.
50 wins. 50 wins here at PNC Park. They've gone 24-9 over the last 33. They're tied with St. Louis for the best National League home record.
I mean, think about that for 24-9. I mean, that's pretty spectacular.
That's pretty dominant. 30-11 over the last 41. If they win tonight or tomorrow, to give them 51 home wins, it would be the most for the Pirates in Pittsburgh since 1992, when they won 53 games. Their third consecutive National League East Division title in 1992.
Only the Angels have more home wins.
2-1 on Lucroy. Martin wanted to talk to Volquez about it. 3-1. 1 for 4 with a 68th RBI of the year last night. He's hitting .373 against Pirates pitching this season.
I guess what we have to do, Greg, after last night, we just got to wipe the blackboard clean, and it's hard to do after that kind of a ball game. But it's all on that man out on the mound right now. That's going to be the tone that's going to be set one way or the other.
It's a shower well game, as Clint Hurdle likes to say.
Yeah, really.
And bounce to the man who was so busy last night, Josh Harrison. A quick look towards second.
And once again, very little drama over at third base. Josh continues to be very consistent.
Josh Harrison, we talked about it last night. Kevin Young was on hand last night, the former Pirates third baseman, then later first baseman. just happened to be here, and Harrison came within 1 assist of matching Kevin Young's Pirates and Major League tying record for assists by a third baseman with 11.
Looked like he was playing Pepper.
Yeah. It was neat to talk to Kevin Young today about walking into this ballpark, Steve, for the first time since he left after the '92 season, or the 2002 season. So he spent a couple years here in this ballpark. He had tears in his eyes last night. Looking around, he said, "This is when we built this ballpark. This is what it was supposed to be."
Yep.
You built the ballpark, and now you've got the team.
Yep. And Kevin still looks great. He's a very upbeat, positive guy. He's fun to be around.
Got a big hug from a former teammate, Aramis Ramirez. Of course, spent his first several years in the big leagues with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, remember that old phrase? They said if we had a ball club to match this ballpark, there would be a carnival here every night.
Yep.
Bingo. Hold all cards.
Country carnival.
Yeah. Nightly.
1-2, the breaking ball from Edinson Volquez. Watch Russell Martin, Steve. It's like, that's what I'm talking about. You got that kind of movement. That's what I want.
Yeah. That's why I went out there.
I told you.
Yep. Work with me. Dance with me, Henry.
Snap throw towards second. Close. Jeanette gets back.
Russell Martin is nationwide. He's all over the place. There's the commitment by Jeanette, and there's the throw. You want to play games? We'll play some games.
Still 2-2 on Ramirez. Thomas Ramirez broke into the big leagues in 1998 at Old County Stadium in Milwaukee. He was a 19-year-old at the time, the youngest player in the major leagues. Now in his third year with Milwaukee, and now at the age of 36. Foul. Stays 2-2 on Aramis Ramirez, one of the all-time home run hitters at his position.
Yep, once he got going, he's been good for a long, long time.
He is 6th all-time with 365 homers as a third baseman. Next on that list, Greg Nettles, who hit 368, longtime Yankee.
We would wait for a long time for him to get going that first year. Rooting for him and rooting for him.
Remember that standing ovation, his first hit at Three River Stadium? That was a neat moment for sure over the years. Although it was a long time ago, it was his first big league hit after going 0 for 24 to start his major league career. In June of 1998, he ended up with a 2-run double against the Mets and received a standing ovation that night.
Who'll remember that?
Volquez trying to put him away. Ramirez has been tough here. And lifts this one toward left center. And Marte is there. This game begins with a 0 at the top of the first. in just a moment. Josh Harrison will be stepping up against Matt Garza. The Toyota starting lineup features Jay Hay and his .318 batting average. Next is Travis Snider, and then Andrew McCutchen hitting third with Neil Walker at cleanup. Russell Martin, career high .296 hitter. Starling Marte follows. Then it's Ike Davis, Jordy Mercer, and Volquez.
Working against right-hander, the veteran Matt Garza. Start number 27, 8-8. Good-looking ERA. 7 previous starts in his career against the Pittsburgh Pirates, 2-2 in those outings. He has been quite good, although not pitching deep into ball games. Last 2 starts, he's just given up 1 run in each of them. Went 6 last time out, but just 4 the previous start. So we'll see what happens to him in terms of longevity.
His defense has Carlos Gomez, the speedster, in center, with Chris Davis in left and Ryan Braun in right. Ramos Ramirez, Hector Gomez, Scooter Gennett, Lyle Overbay around the infield, and Luke Roy catches Garza. Hector Gomez, no relation to Carlos. He's had very little big league experience. Previously a game with the Colorado Rockies. But he starts tonight at shortstop for Gene Segura. Saw Segura make a diving attempt at a ball in the 8th inning and got up slowly. Banged up a little bit, really mentally and physically for Segura. And here is Harrison. Jay Hay last night, 1 for 4, a 7-game hitting streak, and that .318 average, 1 point better than Justin Morneau of the Rockies. A lot of things going to come down to the wire, including the batting race. One ball, 1 strike. We'll have to update that. Morneau and the Rockies played Arizona today, and Morneau had a couple of hits, so he is at .318 with Jay Hay. The Rockies won 5-1 over Arizona.
Good looking slider, cutter, apparently just off the outside corner. You'll get a call every once in a while on that because it's got a lot of speed. Umpires will relate to that on the pitcher's side. It's not that big, slow curveball. They don't have a lot of time to judge that. It was a good-looking pitch that Josh got the call on.
Umpiring crew, Marty Foster behind the plate with Rob Drake at first, Alan Porter at second, and Joe West, our new hero, crew chief. Bounce to third. Ramirez plays that tough little hop. Retires Jay Hay. Did you see Joe West toss Jonathan Papelbon the other day in Philly? That disgusting act. Papelbon is a fool. He's a fool. Yeah. And Joe West went over there and get out of here. Yeah. And then Papelbon storms the field. And
well, yeah, he got his face ripped off. Yeah. He gave up 4 runs, so now he's going to pout. Joe West did the right thing. He paid a price of a game suspension. I don't understand that.
I don't get that either. He grabbed Papelbon. Papelbon's
you're embarrassing Major League Baseball.
Yep. Well done, Joe West. Good luck with the Jonathan Papelbon Phillies. Strike on Travis Snider.
This is not his first tantrum either.
No. To the count on Travis Snider. Travis Snider, great line with Jeff Locke putting in those 7 strong innings. Said something to the effect of, well done, we'll be all right, we're an 8th inning team. That's when the Pirates erupted. Snider was a part of that. He had a base hit following the home run. He said he wasn't sure what to do. Following that home run, he was, of course, the on-deck hitter when Martin went deep, but the crowd reaction, he knew that they were going to want a curtain call. So he kind of slowly went up to that left-hand hitter's batter's box.
Always a good technique. Bend over and tie your shoelaces.
We're line to right field for Snyder. He's into second base. A little tough around that first base bag. Tough footing, but he gets in there easily.
And he got a nice bounce against the American League scoreboard. That ball got out there. I don't know what it hit, but it went straight up in the air. That's always helpful. Ryan Braun had to kind of wait for it, but he just rips this ball. That ball is tattooed right in the wheelhouse. And the ball gets out there and goes straight up in the air. Now you got to wait for it. That helps Travis. The only thing he missed doing here was getting a little more under it. It would be a 1-0 Pirate lead. Sweet spot.
Ball one on McCutchen. Last night was 2 out of 4. Sitting on 60 career home runs at PNC Park, one shy of the all-time leader, Jason Bay.
Garza has given up a dozen. Not a big number for as many starts as he has.
Gets away. Snyder moves up.
Lucroy doing what you need to do as a catcher, getting the body in front, but the spin takes it away, and comfortable trip for Travis.
Infield shortens up. Brewers giving their left side of the infield a little bit more range. Figuring the ball's going to be hit to them, it's going to be hit hard, and they'll have a shot anyway at getting Snyder. Right side of the infield, just about to the edge of the grass, and the first baseman Overbay well off the line. 3-0. And they wanted nothing to do with McCutchen. A 4-pitch walk. And Neil Walker will come to the plate.
Matt Garza's been around a long time, 30-year-old right-hand veteran. He knows what the deal is. You can get on the other side of Andrew, perhaps get lucky, get a double play ball.
And he has kept Walker in check. Walker bats just 176 against Garza, who is making his 4th start since coming off the disabled list in a left oblique strain.
I always tell it's Matt Garza with that kind of Abraham Lincoln beard. Hey?
Yep.
Been around a while.
He's got that look. Former Twin, drafted in the first round back in 2005 by the Twins. Ball one. He was traded to Tampa Bay in November of 2007. A deal that involved Delman Young and a handful of other players. And then in January of 2011, the Cubs got him from Tampa Bay. A bunch of players exchanging clubs. Rays got Chris Archer in that deal. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Didn't leave Tampa Bay before throwing a no-hitter against the Detroit Tigers in 2010. Always nice to have that in your resume.
Cubs traded him to the Rangers last year. Had some good players in that deal. Did the Cubs. Mike Olt, Justin Grimm, and the hard-throwing righty Neil Ramirez. First year with the Brewers, signed as a free agent. In on him and a little flare. The second baseman.
Well, that's what you call getting sawed off.
Listen to the crowd, the reaction to Russell Martin.
Russell Martin.
Now a 10-game hitting streak for him.
The Russell Martin hangover. Lasted from last night to tonight. Wonderful.
I loved his quote. It's hard to be happier than that. When he hit that home run, he saw it leave the yard.
It's automatically a singular moment in this ballpark's history.
Carlos Gomez type swing, but doesn't lose his helmet.
Well, at least he went down on the knee. Russell has a tendency when he misses to go all the way across home plate.
There's Russell Martin's biggest fan, Steve.
I know, yeah. We've been waiting to find him. Way to go, Peter.
Shallow center with the second baseman. Jeanette will be there as he makes certain that Gomez doesn't dislodge the baseball. Nice job by Garza. 0-0. And Andrew Kashner against Yusmeiro Petit. Pirates with a win tonight and a Giants loss forge a tie for the top wild card spot. But you know, Steve, the Pirates own the tiebreaker against the Giants because they won the season series against them. So against the Giants,
all bets are off.
Ryan Braun takes strike one.
Back to the days of Al Davis. Just win, baby.
Yep. Bounce toward the shortstop. Mercer gets Braun. We get to our Allegheny Health Network injury update. Jason Hayward of the Atlanta Braves was out of the lineup last night, still suffering the effects of being hit by the pitch on Wednesday. Hit on the thumb, still swollen. And until it subsides, they're just going to play it day by day. And who knows whether we'll see Hayward in that 4-game series in Atlanta starting Monday night.
I think they should play on the error on the side of caution, not play him at all.
I agree.
Ever.
Listen to Steve. Freddie Gonzalez and the Atlanta Braves. Be nice to play the Braves without Hayward, huh? I'll
Yes.
say. There's Chris Davis, 0 for 4 in last night's game. Having a very solid first full year in the major leagues, 22 home runs. But a roller to Mercer. I guess Mercer is going to be the busy man on the left side of the infield tonight.
I was just thinking that after I was looking at Chris Davis, 22 home runs, he weighs 47 pounds. I mean, that's some pretty quick wrists.
A lot of smiles in the Berg last night and throughout the day, celebrating that come from behind victory, the 40th come from behind win this season for the Pittsburgh Pirates. How impressive that is.
I had a lot of fun this morning. Went out to play golf early, and they were all buzzing about their Buccos.
In the air to right, very well hit, and off the top of the wall by Lyle Overbay. That is as high. It was Neil Walker like the other night against the Red Sox, but that one I think was in the air even longer.
Yeah, and it seemed almost to come straight down across the face of the scoreboard.
That close, man. Lyle Overbay coming that close to giving the Brewers a 1-0 lead.
Well, that pitch was delivered right in the sweet spot. Point Park University strike zone showing us that.
37-year-old former Pirate Lyle Overbay, 13 doubles now in the year. Pinch hit last night, made the last out against Mark Melancon. Hector Gomez takes strike one. Came up the second of this month from AAA Nashville, hit .282 with the Nashville Sounds. Prior to this stint, 2 games in the major leagues with the Rockies. That was 3 years ago. In the dirt. Nice play by Russell Martin, 0-2, as he has to work hard against, or with Volquez rather. Volquez has thrown 15 wild pitches, tied for the most in the league.
There he is, hard working again. That's why everybody loves your catcher. I mean, those guys, day in, day out, night in, night out, they have to do that pitch after pitch, inning after inning, all summer long. And they don't complain. The catchers, they're your grinders.
One ball, 2 strikes.
And if you're
to say
pitcher,
nothing, I'm sorry, Steve.
Yeah.
To say nothing of the times the catcher has to run and back up first base, and things you don't even think about.
Oh,
right?
yeah, they're all over the place. Yep. As a pitcher, he's your psychologist, he's your buddy.
Struck him out. Volquez leaves Overbay at second.
Sports is brought to you by Toyota. Now's the time to go places with Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com for special offers. And by PNC Bank. Know where you stand with PNC Total Insight. Let's go Bucks!
To the bottom of the second in beautiful Pittsburgh, PA. The penultimate regular season home game for the Pirates. Finish off their regular season home schedule tomorrow afternoon. Starling Marte will lead things off for the Bucks against Matt Garza. It'll be Marte, Davis, and Mercer.
That's a pretty good looking picture right there,
yeah,
too.
It is.
Saturday night.
Can you believe this club is on the verge again of going back to the postseason? When you think back to April and you just looked at this, the makeup of the team and how they were playing, and you just thought, oh well, it was nice.
Yeah.
Last year it was fun, but and a bunt try, and Garza started to go toward first base initially. His first reaction was to head toward the first base bag, figuring that bunt was going to be past him and toward Overbay.
Well, it cost him an out at first base. You combine that with the speed of Marte.
Marte bunts it basically right back to the mound. Allegheny Health Network Supermo.
He beat out an infield hit last night. Gets this bunt base hit.
Yeah, that inning started with that.
Yeah.
The infield hit by Marte.
By the way, that was a pretty nice pick by Overbay. That ball's still rolling down the right field line, and Mr. Marte's at third base.
Mike Davis had an insurance RBI in the 8th inning last night. Marte with 26 steals on the year.
You know, pitchers make a lot of bad throws in urgent situations because they throw so often off balance, like Garza just did there. "30-year-old Garza out of Selma, California, 6'4", 215.
Only 8 stolen base attempts against Garza this season. Garza's been pretty good over the years, containing that running game. On a strike on Ike Davis, had the pinch at RBI single to bring home the 4th run of the game last night. Garza signed a 4-year, $50 million deal over the winter to pitch for the Brewers. Line right at the second baseman. Jeanette throws to first. They double up Marte. Marte is saying he got back. Clint Hurdle is going to limp out to first. See what this replay shows. Is Overbay on the bag? Marte's convinced he was not on the bag. And he was not, was he? That left foot wasn't.
Yeah, if we can slow it down, like we had one look there, I think 2 or 3 shots ago.
They're going to challenge it.
I also think the Pirates have to have a clubhouse meeting before these games. And Clint's got to tell these guys, don't you bring me out there.
Yeah.
Don't you bring me out there unless you're sure we've got a legitimate case. It is just really painful to watch him walk.
He's going to have hip surgery. I think he said 72 hours after the final game of the year, whenever that will be, and this is a clear indicator he's not on the bag. So this will be overturned, and it shouldn't take long.
Almost like that foot might have come up and bumped off Marte's foot, so never hitting the base. Watch his foot go up and it bumped against Marte a little bit, so even more evidence it didn't get the base, you'd think.
He's not on the bag. Great look there.
But it does drag along something. There's a bump there. I think it was against Marte's foot, but maybe they're looking to see if that little bump coming back with that foot was a bump off the base.
We're 2 minutes into this challenge.
As it continues to drain a little bit of the energy out of 38,000 people.
And he is, drum roll please, safe.
Okay.
So overturned. Bit of a break for Marte, and Overbay didn't have his foot on the bag. Well, now Mercer, and wouldn't you know it, he bounces right to the shortstop. We'll get the lead man. At the very least, it will get Volquez to the plate this inning. We want to see how you root for your Buccos. Send us your Pirates photo. Hashtag Bucks fan photo via your Twitter account. Tweet us your photo, and we'll show them during our broadcast tonight. The AT&T fan photos of the night.
Let's go, Russ. Let's go, Bucks. Let's go, Russ.
Is that fake Russ?
Let's go, Bucks.
Where was that? Who was that? What was that?
That was Fruss. Fake Russ.
I mean,
we've had a fake Pedro here for 2 or 3 years.
But wearing catching gear?
It's just the beginning, Steve.
I go along with all this, but I don't know about getting on the trolley with catcher's gear.
I don't think, no. Not going to get on the trolley.
I mean, that might be taking a trolley to the big house.
Ball and 2 strikes on Edinson Volquez with 2 outs, nothing. Garza gets him, but as we said, at least they got Volquez to the plate, so Harrison will be leading off the bottom of the 3rd. It's nothing through 2.
Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by the Chevy Traverse and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Non-stop action, heart-pounding, exciting, historic performances. Don't miss the 2014 postseason beginning September 30th. We just had a visitor in the booth. He stopped in, he said hello, and he's gone. Manny Sanguillen stopped by and dropped off some barbecue sandwiches for us. Matt Garza leads off.
Manuel de Jesus Sanguillen.
What do you have to say, Steve Sanguillen, when he stopped in?
I don't know.
Oh.
We talked for a while. Good. He bought the sandwiches. That's how we communicate. Maybe you heard we were talking about catchers and sending out some accolades. And
I would love to get Sangui's take on new catching rule. What do you think?
About collisions?
Yeah.
All you got to do is look at a tape of the 6th game of the 71 World Series and see the shot he took from Davey Johnson.
Was that the high throw?
Yeah, it took a high bounce from Stargell.
Okay,
he went up completely exposed. Davey gave him the forearm shiver and just knocked him about 10 feet in back of home plate, and he brought up the ball to show the umpire. It's still a classic look from any catcher, not just Sanguillen. That's part of the game. Holding that ball up with pride. Yeah, I took a shot, I got the out, and I'm all right. Now, if Buster Posey doesn't break an ankle, we don't have that rule.
That's exactly right. But Russell Martin making the final out at the plate at Wrigley Field that got the Pirates into the postseason last year.
Yep.
An iconic photo. Speaking of Sanguillen, by the way, this leads us to our this day in Pirates history. It was on this date in 1969. Bob Moose no hits the Mets at Shea Stadium, the Miracle Mets. He walked 3, strikes out 6. Mets would go on to win the World Series, of course. 62 years to the day after Nick Maddox threw the first no-hitter in Pirates history. And so Sanguillen caught the no-hitter. Bob Moose.
Good gem.
Were you on hand for that one, Steve?
I was, yep. I was one of the ones that ran out on the field.
In the air to right.
Bob Moose had one of the great sliders. Just a really hard, tight, cut fastball, which is the true slider. And he had two things that I remember about the late Bob Moose. Had that tight, hard slider, and he was 14-3 with it one year. Won the National League winning percentage title, and also had one of the great quick pickoff moves from a right-hander. Just fun to watch him work. J.P. Moose, we call him.
So Moose featured this. Give me the 71 rotation. What y'all feature?
I mean, pitches, best pitches. Well, for me and Moose, it was Moose
slider, right?
Yeah, slider. Doc Ellis had a great sinking fastball. Bryles slider. A lot of us featured sliders. Bryles, Moose, and myself. Doc had the good sinker.
Who threw the hardest, Steve, on the staff?
That year, probably Bob Johnson. We got him, and he wound up starting game number 2 in the World Series. We weren't dazzling. You know, Bob Veal was in that era just before we kind of got real busy. He threw the hardest.
I've heard suggestions.
Luke Walker, by the way, had unbelievable stuff. Left-hand starter. If he threw a ball that wound up in the middle of the plate, it didn't start there. His ball was just all over the place. He used to throw 2 hitters in batting practice in spring training. You throw 20 minutes, 2-hitter.
Scooter Gennett at the plate. Garza had walked. Certainly Volquez didn't want to do that. Walked the pitcher, and now it's 2-1 on Gennett. He doubled to the left center field gap in the first. The topic has come up that in the postseason, do the Pirates have, pitching-wise, what it takes to overtake other teams that they would play, say the Cardinals or the Nationals or even the Dodgers. But I think the 71 Pirates are a great example.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody gave you guys a shot against
4 20-game winners.
Yeah, roller right side. They'll get the lead man, but the throw from Walker handcuffs Mercer, so he won't be able to get a throw off to try and double up Jeanette. They'll settle for the out at second, 2 away.
Well, all bets are off. I don't care if you've had a 10-10 season or an 8-10 season. Take a look at the apprehensive throw to second base.
In the dirt.
Nice job by Jordy. But doesn't matter what your record is. If you get hot for a couple games.
Nice pick by
Yeah, that's good
Mercer.
concentration because you got a runner bearing down on you. Well done.
Garza,
Yeah.
the pitcher, going
Playing
in there.
hard.
Yep.
Playing hard.
Lucroy takes up and in. But as Steve was saying, just to finish up that subject, he was on that 71 Pirates team that defeated all those 20-game winners for the Orioles. So yeah, once you get into the postseason, all bets are off. Out of play.
Just to finish up that subject, we lost 2 in Baltimore, then came back and won the 3 games here. And the Orioles got a total of 9 hits in those 3 games. Riles had a 2-hit shutout. Bruce Keeson was first night game. I'll never forgive the Pirates for having a night.
Well, how about
World
Major
Series.
League Baseball?
No, Pirates. It was in Pittsburgh. You should play World Series games in the daytime.
Don't blame the Pirates.
End of the editorial. They could have said, no, we're not going to play.
Yeah, okay, sure. You're not going to play the World Series when we tell you to play it. 2-1. That was October 13th, 1971. First night game in World Series history.
And bang, we were down 3-0 in the first inning. Luke Walker got knocked out. That's when Bruce Keeson came in and just really did a fabulous job. Not that I know every detail of that particular autumn.
So if you look at this Pirate staff and you look at the team position by position, I think they really are well positioned. I'll never forget what it's not earth-shattering news what Neil Huntington passed along a few weeks ago, that the teams that usually go deep into the playoffs and head into the World Series are the healthiest and the ones that get the hottest.
Yeah.
When you look at this Pirates team right now, and they could be poised.
Yeah, and the team or teams that have 2 pitchers that are hot at the right time, 2 starters.
Count. The crowd reacts to the Gateway Clipper.
Yeah. I mean, it's a party on the north side and in the river and in the city.
It's ball 3 now. Party on the Allegheny.
Try to go at night without gushing too much about it. Sorry.
Caught the corner. Big pitch, 3-2. Dangerous hitter here, Jonathan Lucroy. Just maybe caught an edge.
Sometimes you get that call, sometimes you won't.
He's 6th in the league in hitting. And on this 3-2 pitch, Jeanette will be taking off. And he walked him.
Volquez laboring here in the top of the 3rd, but they have not scored yet. Bending a little bit, but not breaking at this point. And we're building up a good-sized pitch count early on.
Walked Garza to start this inning. Gomez flied out. Jeanette hit that potential double play ball. Walker was upset with himself. Didn't get a good throw off to Mercer. Ramirez now. He flied to left in the first inning. Batting .326 against the Pirates this season. Aramis Ramirez. Ball one.
Just as dangerous now when you talk about strength as he has been for a lot of years. A lot of power.
Now it's just outside of third.
Hand deliver the souvenir, just about.
You look around the position by position. Pirates have some pretty solid players around that diamond.
And
tough to pitch to. Pretty solid defensively.
Yep.
About possible MVP candidates. Cutchin and Harrison.
Martin.
2-1 now on Ramirez.
You know, Greg, just the other side of the coin for conversation. I've always maintained that you could bring in the major league team with the worst record in the regular season, and with a couple hot bats or couple hot pitchers, 4 out of 7, 3 out of 5, whatever it is, because they're a major league team. But you look at the teams that are built solidly. That's just kind of devil's advocate stuff. The teams that are playing, there's a reason they're playing in postseason.
Now, right now, the Pirates are beating the teams that they should beat.
Yep.
Case in point, sweeping the Boston Red Sox in this homestand. But right now, Edinson Volquez needs to throw a strike, and it needs to be a good one on a 3-1 count to Ramirez with Braun on deck. Volquez fighting himself a bit here.
It's amazing. You can get down to individual pitches when you're in contention in September and give them a lot of put them under a microscope. The call Liriano got the other night, the 3-0 call, 3-1 call, 3-0 call that they called a strike, extended the at bat, and off he went. Could have been out of the ballgame.
That was so big.
Now you could look at a big pitch right here that's going to send this ball game in one direction or the other. Right.
And again, 3-2, 2 outs. The runners, Jeanette and Lucroy, will be off. Struck him out, a pitch in the dirt.
Went away from the heat. That's exactly what he did the first at bat when he got him to pop out. This time the strikeout, huge.
Thank you, Rob. Hoping maybe the Reds can rally. The Cardinals and Reds will finish up their series tomorrow, and then the Cardinals go to Chicago for 3 against the Cubs at Wrigley, and they'll finish up next weekend on the road against the Diamondbacks in Phoenix, the current National League Central Division standings.
Kind of a soft program coming up for the Redbirds.
And they might be saying the same thing about the Pirates schedule, right? Who would have thought that the Braves would have fallen off as quickly as they did?
Really.
Braves were shut out, Steve, for the 4th time at home this month yesterday by the Mets. They are losing 3-0 currently in the bottom of the 3rd inning tonight to the Mets.
And you just had a look at Aramis Ramirez, who helped Mr. Volquez out by swinging at a ball down in the dirt. A huge 3rd out in the top of the 3rd inning. Thank you very much.
Jay Hay bounced to 3rd, his first at bat. He's hit safely in 14 straight home games, batting almost 400 in the last 14 games here at PNC Park. Watches that one right into the mitt. 2-2. To Ramirez. Let's go downstairs to Robbie and Smikowski.
Well, Greg, you and Steve a couple moments ago were talking about Travis Snider. When Jeff Locke was ready to make his way from the dugout after the 7th inning into the clubhouse, he stopped to give him a big hug and said, hey, we're going to win this ball game. And I asked Travis Snider about that and what prompted him to say something like that to Jeff Locke. And he told me it seems whenever this team has a slow start at home, guys start to rally around one another late in the ball game, and then someone steps up and gets a big hit. He said when you look at the game that Locke pitched last night, you want to do everything you can to reassure him that he did everything he could to help us win the ball game. Now, Locke told me when he first got to the clubhouse, the first thing he thought was, hey, Snyder's right. So he sure was. 40th comeback win. How about that, Greg?
Yeah,
impressive.
It's so impressive.
Well, it's out of respect.
40.
It's totally out of respect that Snyder will say, whether they come back and win the game or not, he really did the right thing for his pitcher who worked very hard.
21 of those 40 come from behind wins this season by the Pirates. 21 of them have come in their last at bat.
It's amazing.
And the last time a Pirates team had more last at bat wins was that 92 club. Had 23 last at bat victories. The Pirates with 21 so far this season.
Yeah, I mean, you got to visualize. That's the last of the ninth. I mean, so many bottom of the ninths are automatic. You know, 3 up, 3 down, or nothing. I mean, you don't expect all that much in the bottom of the ninth.
Bottom of the ninth, bottom of the 8th. There's the case last night. Last at bat for the Pirates. In on the hands and out of play.
Yeah, that's right. You just automatically think of the bottom of the ninth, but it can be the bottom of the 8th like it was.
Is Jose Tama to try to catch this with his cap?
Yeah, got a decent jump on. Well, he didn't get a jump at all. I mean, you got to leave your seat if you want to make that play.
Snyder just gets a piece of that. It stays 1-2. A couple of hits last night for Snyder. He's batting over 300 against the Brewers this season. It's a good look there, huh, Steve?
Very nicely done. Yes, sir.
Handlebar stash.
Yeah. Even on both sides.
2-2. Snyder hitting over 290 since the All-Star break, and Matt Garza tried to do his part against one of the top offenses in the National League, keeping that ball just on the edges at best. Wow, and he gets a called third strike there.
if you're going to get that called, you'll just ride it as often as you can.
So the wide strike zone. Marty Foster. Assume that Volquez will get those same calls.
You can assume nothing.
Whoa!
Garza is visibly upset. I don't know whether it was because he hit Andrew or that he feels Andrew didn't try to get out of the way.
Maybe we're sensitive to it. I understand that, but I don't think there's a star in the game that is buzzed as much as McCutchen. And maybe that's just the way you pitch to him. Now, that wasn't head high. That was maybe shoulder high.
Well, guys are going to get hit, but it's just he's been hit a lot.
Yeah.
So, and he's your man.
So I have to ask you the question then. If you're the pitcher, does somebody on the Brewers tonight need to get hit?
It gets on your individual pitcher. If you,
I'm saying if you're pitching,
if
tonight,
I'm pitching,
you're pitching against the Brewers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Ball one.
Do you? No,
if I were pitching,
yeah, it's a legitimate question. Attitude-wise,
yes, and I would have done it a lot this year.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think that the Pirates have.
I agree.
And I've had this debate with Clint Hurdle. Clint Hurdle doesn't agree as much.
And that's why I said it gets down to individuals.
Yes, right.
And as an individual, if you think it's intentional, I mean, this is a nothing game. He pitched around Andrew first time up.
And just, Steve, from a team, I don't want to say team chemistry standpoint, but to a degree, I guess it is.
It is, yeah.
To protect your guy.
Well, it's a lot.
Show them.
It's a lot better chemistry than the chemistry they talk about in the quote-unquote clubhouse. That chemistry in the clubhouse is nonsense. If you're a winning ball club, you have chemistry. If you're a lousy club, you have lousy chemistry. That's smoke in the air. Chemistry is when you back up your guy. Chemistry is a result, not a cause.
Right.
Simple as that.
And I think that's a great point. Chemistry is backing up your guy.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Zach Duke didn't back up? Who was it that was hit about 4 or 5 years ago? Do you remember that? It was at Dodger Stadium. And he had an opportunity to go after the pitcher, and he didn't. And he talked about it after the game. He basically saying, I messed up.
Yeah.
I mean, it was deflating. You could feel it in the ballpark.
Yeah. Well, if you are part of a team or a band of brothers, or however you want to say it, you got your guys' backs. Simple as that.
Zach Duke now with the Milwaukee Brewers, but again, he had an opportunity that day in Los Angeles.
I've seen it done, and we've seen it done. Bob and I have talked about it. We've all talked about it. When it costs you a game, because you send a message, and that message will last longer than that loss hurts.
By the way, it was Andrew McCutchen who was brushed back on successive pitches that day 4 years ago in Los Angeles by Ramon Ortiz. The second one was right toward his head. Lucroy throws out Walker, and Ryan Braun, interestingly enough, will lead off for Milwaukee. season alone. Remember Randall Delgado hitting him square in the back. Shelby Miller throwing behind him. This is in Philadelphia, the last road trip. Right around his head, he says something to the dugout. And this is moments ago, Garza hitting him on the front shoulder. This is this season alone.
Yeah. Now, again, there's ways of doing it. He does. If Volquez chooses to do this, and I'm not saying he should or shouldn't, he can send a message by. He doesn't have to throw it in the head of Brian Braun. He can hit him somewhere, hit him in the foot, hit him in the leg, hit him in the knee. Just let your guy know. Let your guy in center field know that you're there with him.
And Steve, what about the pitcher selling the reaction that Garza did? I mean, that was almost over the top. Garza.
I don't know what that was all about.
Do you think that was just, oh, I didn't mean to do that kind of thing? Darn, I can't believe I did that. To sell that reaction, maybe? Let's see, watch Ryan Braun as he steps to the plate. He's one of the rare guys that walks right in front of the home plate umpire, the catcher, rather than going behind him.
So what's wrong with that?
Nothing. I'm just saying it's a rarity. Nothing wrong with it. It's just one of the things he does.
It's not an insult.
No.
Because he walked in front of the catcher, too.
Just most players walk behind, that's all.
Okay.
So here's Braun. And ball one. Braun bounced to short his first time up. Yep, got him. That sends the message. And both benches are warned. And Braun looks toward the Pirates dugout and talks to Russell Martin. Braun and the Pirates have been involved in this a lot, going back several years. Back in the Jeff Karstens days, and Russell Martin talking to Marty Foster.
He didn't get him.
Just missed him, I guess. Is that enough for Volquez and the Pirates to send that message?
Well, I don't know. We're splitting hairs now, but if he went and hit him with this next pitch, he would get a standing ovation. Volquez would.
Well, he'd also get thrown out of the game.
Yep. Yep. But Andrew McCutchen will remember Volquez for a long time.
But do you want to do that in the pennant race?
Well, that's the question.
Andrew McCutchen reacted to that moments ago.
Yeah. You know what that is? You didn't hit him.
You missed him. If you're going to hit him, hit him. Two again. Both benches have been warned, so Marty Foster,
which is nonsense. Yeah. Also, which is nonsense.
If you think you're pitching at a guy in the first place, you could, hey, strike him out looking. That was even better.
Pretty perfect pitch right there thrown by Volquez.
Chris Davis. Nothing from Ryan Braun since going back to the dugout. It was 5 years ago that the Pirates and Braun got involved in some shouting matches. Eventually the benches emptied after Braun hit a home run off Jeff Karstens. Later he was hit by a Karstens pitch.
Wait. Here's another angle on this. If he hits Braun's got to respect Volquez for protecting his player if he's a professional.
in the air to right.
Now, in a professional setting, Volquez hits Braun somewhere. Braun puts the bat down, goes down to first. The umpires don't have to get involved. The message has been sent, and Ryan Braun is a pro, and he is a pro. He'll put the bat down, go down, and he'll respect Volquez for sending the message to McCutchen. I mean, that's the way these things were done for a long time, and it's not necessarily the way it is done now.
By the way, interestingly enough, the manager back then in the Karstens Braun days, that was in July of 2009. Jason Kendall was catching for the Brewers. He got involved. Kenny Maka was the Brewers manager. And Volquez took forever to get the ball in his glove, and then putting his getting his hand a grip on the ball, and Mike Davis looks like he was spiked by Overbay.
And Ike says he's all right. He waves the trainer back, but they'll go out and take a look. This got to be messy because now you know it's in problem. He's throwing off balance. He's putting his first baseman in danger.
That's a relatively routine out. That's going to be an error on Volquez. Ball one on Gomez, who struck out to end the second. Brewers left a man on in scoring position in the first, another in the second. They left two stranded in the third. And now they've got Overbay on with 2 outs here in the fourth. Runner goes. Got a great jump. Stolen base for Lyle Overbay, his second of the season.
He was off to the races. He just happened to guess right, and he was in full flight. See him go early. This guy doesn't run very much and doesn't run very well when he does. He's halfway there. And Russell still made it close. Another perfect throw.
2 for 2 in the stolen base department for the 37-year-old Lyle Overbay. A 1-2 count.
And Edinson Volquez going to be throwing his 68th pitch here in the top of the fourth inning.
Got him. Second time he has struck out Gomez with a man in scoring position. Panthers Rewind on Root Sports. Relive every Panthers touchdown, pass, and play from their most recent matchup every Sunday night this fall, continuing with their last game earlier today against the Iowa Hawkeyes. Panthers Rewind tomorrow at 6 on Root Sports. Tough one today for the Panthers. Across the way over at Heinz Field. Going to the bottom of the fourth, 0-0. Ryan Braun. The Collier All-Stars Little League team on hand. Pennsylvania runner-up team for the Little League World Series. The Collier team had a great year. They're on hand. Pennsylvania runner-ups.
Those kids will never forget that run to get to that position.
So that's runners-up. Russell Martin leads off in a 0-0 ball game in the bottom of the fourth inning. Hits even at 2 apiece. Cardinals are leading the Reds 5-1 in the top of the fifth in St. Louis. Giants and Padres soon to get underway in San Diego. Garza, that 4-year deal, $50 million, has a 5th-year vesting option. Could be some $67 million based on some performance bonuses.
He had his best year in 2010 when he won 15. I don't know what they were then, the Devil Rays or the Rays. Wherever they were, he had a good year. I guess by then they were the Rays. And make sure we got politically correct with that.
Yeah, yeah. Sure. Another foul ball. We just saw Ron Renicky in the dugout, the Brewers skipper, talking about the woes of the Brewers currently, and that they have the talent to turn this thing around. But he says a lot of people have talent to do it. It depends on what you do when it's part of the season and you need to win. He said obviously the way the Pirates are playing, they have some players that know how to get after it and know how to win ball games. To right center field for Russell Martin. Drawn to cut it off, but bobbles it. Picks it up late, and Martin headfirst dive into second.
Well, you could see it in front of him. He knew he caught the gap in right center field, so you make a hard turn at first base just in case this happens. We're in a position to add on.
Great look.
Flaps down.
They give him a double, and that extends his hitting streak to 11 straight games. Huh. Pretty clever. So Marte looked like he was trying to go the other way that last pitch. Corner infielders are in, and he's going to bunt the ball foul. Bunt hit to lead off the second. Gonna go to the trolley there, Steve?
You can bet that guy's got a catcher's mask on. It's got to be the same guy, doesn't it?
Probably. Fake Russ. Garza looks for the strikeout now. He got him.
Much to the disappointment of Starling Marte. Well, we will get a look at that at some point, and we can be the umpires. Point Park University strike zone, showing that Mr. Marte had a point.
Marte's going, you got to be kidding. Crew chief Joe West watching Marty Foster do his work behind the plate. Davis lined out to the second baseman Jeanette with Marte at first base. Originally the first base umpire Rob Drake called Marte out. Jeanette threw to Lyle Overbay, but the Pirates challenged it, and it was overturned.
We really need to get something going because you don't want to rely on high drama in the 8th inning every night.
This is Garza's third start this season against Pittsburgh. Two and one now on Ike Davis. Here at PNC Park on April the 19th, he went 5 innings, gave up 6 runs on 8 hits. The Brewers won that game 8-7. And on June the 7th, he went 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, walked 5 in a 9-3 Milwaukee victory. Steve mentioned earlier that he has had 7 previous starts in his career against the Bucks. 2-2, 4.38 ERA.
So we've knocked him around pretty good this year, but we haven't damaged him too much. We're certainly not knocking him around tonight.
It's now 3-2.
You know, this really by the numbers is a pitching matchup, but it's been disjointed. Yeah. Even though they're all zeros, you know, nobody's scored yet, but these pitchers are not on a roll, just out after out after out. They're kind of searching, fumbling around, but finding a way to put zeros up.
Hit to the shortstop.
Good positioning.
The most popular way to follow the Pirates' push to the postseason is with MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy live look-ins, replay reviews, scores, live radio broadcast, the MLB.TV game of the day, and more. Get at Bat for your smartphone or tablet on the App Store or visit MLB.com. Jordy Mercer is one of the most intentionally walked hitters in the league. See if they're going to walk him intentionally here. Now Lucroy initially goes down to receive pitches and put signs down. Now gets up. And Mercer is going to be walked intentionally for the 10th time this season. We send along a special happy birthday wish to Sarah Augustine, 84 years old today, one of the original owners of the Augustine Pizza 57 years ago. Happy birthday to Sarah.
Most birthdays are happy, aren't they?
I would think so.
Yeah. Then why does happy hour only have to last an hour?
You're back to the Stephen Wright. Is that Stephen Wright stuff?
Yeah. I guess he said, why does happy just have to last only an hour?
And we also want to thank Inez, Dan, and family for the cookies You get yourself some cookies, Steve? The Wilmers? Where's your cookie?
It's in my stomach.
Oh.
Where do you think it is?
I don't know. I thought you might have.
I got one.
There it is. There's the pirate P on it.
Here's what you do with the cookies.
Foul tip.
Very good cookies, by the way. I should know. This is the 7th one I've had. Knocked back those 3 bowls of ice cream with a couple of cookies.
Yeah, thanks to the folks Levy Restaurants for supplying the press room now with ice cream. Huh?
There's a longer line for the ice cream than there is for the food. As it should be.
They're going to let Jordy Mercer take second base.
Make him pay, Edinson. Nobody hanging around second, so why not go?
Did he go?
No.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Lopez can't believe that call. It's the second time he's gone down on strikes. 4 punch outs for Garza. Still 0-0.
Brought to you by Barrel Automotive. We're driven to be better. And by Levin Mattress, located in all Levin furniture showrooms and freestanding stores. Let's go Bucks!
0-0 on to the 5th inning. Here at PNC Park. Get on board with the Buccos in 2015. Pirates accepting deposits for full and partial season ticket memberships. You'll get access to exclusive events, the best locations and savings, and you can customize your membership. Plus, remember 2015 full season deposits get 2014 postseason priority. For more info, go to pirates.com/membership. Matt Garza leads off and fouls off the pitch. He walked in the 3rd.
By the way, Greg, I just got a text. It's the first text I've ever gotten.
That's not true.
Saying that that pitch from Garza that hit Andrew was not intentional. That's not the point. You can't let him keep getting hit. That's the point.
Did you get the text from Garza, Matt Garza?
No.
Who in the world knows whether it's intentional other than Garza?
Well, my point is that's not even the point. Can't let your guy keep getting hit.
Right. The only guy that knows whether it's intentional or not is at the plate.
Right.
1-2. Volquez, that's another punch out.
And he might be heating up now. 3 punch outs in the last 5 batters that he's faced.
He's only given up, as you said earlier, though, Steve. He's kind of grinding it. It doesn't appear that he's, he's pitching a masterpiece, but he's only allowed 2 hits.
Yep.
And the last man to reach via a hit was Lyle Overbay, that double off the wall with 2 outs in the second.
Yeah, he's kind of doing what he did against the Cubs last time out, pitching in and around a high pitch count. He's finding ways to get the outs when he needs them.
That's a hard drive to left center field. McCutchen is over. Nicely done. Gomez is retired.
Andrew closes with great speed. Great closing speed.
Volquez has reason to smile when that ball left the bat. He thought at least extra bases. Gomez 0 for 3 tonight. Volquez looks for his first 1-2-3 inning.
And it's his own fault that he didn't have one last time. Lollipop throw to first base.
Jeanette has doubled into the left center field gap and hit a potential double play ball. Hard hit right at Neil Walker.
You can always tell when Edinson Volquez gets a little careless. He'll snap at the ball, very animated when he knows he made a mistake or didn't follow through or make the pitch he wanted to. When he throws that kind of pitch, he's very businesslike.
Straight changeup from Volquez. What a sign this guy has been. 12-game winner. Most wins since his first full year in the big leagues with the Reds 6 years ago. Line drive caught by Mercer. He saw that one coming. Time to jump. And there's the 1-2-3 inning. Well, one-man highlight show. Josh Harrison's physical tools and unbreakable confidence have helped him burst onto the national scene. Hear exclusive interviews from his family, teammates, and more. You can follow his rise from bench player to everyday guy on a special Inside Pirates Baseball Jay Hay every day. Tomorrow at 12:30 on Root Sports. So many interesting twists to this 2014 season. First and foremost, trying to get to the postseason, overtake the Cardinals in the division. Still haven't given up that fight. And you've got the batting race to talk about. You've got the MVP. At the end of the regular season, those votes will be cast. Not announced until after the postseason, of course, but it's what these players do in the regular season. Do you think that a pitcher should be able to win an MVP, Steve? And they have in the past. I'm just curious what your thoughts are.
I like the separation. I do. I like the pitching award, and I like the position award.
Pitcher gets the Cy Young, and then position players get the MVP.
Good with that.
I believe the last National League pitcher to win an MVP was Bob Gibson. Justin Verlander won it a handful of years ago, the MVP and the Cy Young.
I wonder if Koufax ever won it.
Kershaw missed 5 weeks. He's having a phenomenal season, Kershaw. No question about that.
20-game winner.
2-2 count on Harrison. He's bounced out twice.
Yeah, the MVP has always been blurred. Is it an individual thing or value to a team? It's a gray area.
And Garza strikes out Harrison.
Well, it looks like right now both of these starters are getting into it because this is a very slow-paced, scoreless baseball game. Good-looking breaking ball by Garza.
He struck out 5. Allowed 3 hits.
I keep wanting to say Garda.
I know.
Our boss, Mark Garda,
man, the director of broadcasting,
who's also having a good year.
Yeah. It's Mark Garda, the director of broadcasting for the Pirates, and Matt Garza. He bounces that pitch well in front of the plate. And Edinson Volquez matching zeros with Garza.
And he's not walking anybody. He's not dominant, but he's putting up zeros. He's fine. That's good pitching. You start 30 games, you're not going to dominate all that often. Be a 15-game winner and have a bunch of games where it's not happening for you, but grinding out those middle kind of efforts where it's not great, but it's good enough to get a W.
Out of play. You wonder if one swing might be the difference. A long ball, but Garza has given up only a dozen. Finished off last season with Texas. Went 4-5 with the Rangers in 13 starts. Snyder 4 for 12 lifetime versus Garza. It is 6-3, by the way, in St. Louis. The Cardinals leading the Reds in the top of the 6th. And they're in the bottom of the 1st in San Diego, 0-0. Padres Giants. Mets still shutting out Atlanta, 3-0, 6th inning. Garza, it's another one. He has struck out 3 straight. 2 down in the bottom of the 5th. AT&T fan photo of the night. Keep them coming in, by the way. Hashtag Bucks fan photo. How about this pirate themed playhouse?
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Got Mr. Roger hanging out on the side, the big logo. Well done.
Thank you for that. Man, it's pretty cool in the backyard. And the home plate umpire, Marty Foster, ruling that McCutchen offered at that pitch. He's not making many friends on the Pirates team tonight. 1-1 on McCutchen. He has walked and has been hit by a pitch.
Just 5 hits in the game. No runs yet.
Garza mixing it up here. Has been fooling the Pirates most of the night.
His career strikeout high is 12. It was against the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Oh, boy. Now he's out of the game. Garza has been ejected. Garza has been tossed as McCutchen is hit again. And this is what we're talking about protecting the reigning MVP. They keep going after him, whether you say it's intentional or not.
And Garza came into the game having hit 2 batters this year.
Yeah, you can whine all you want.
And you can scream at the umpire, I wasn't trying to do it. But that's secondary. Whether you meant to or not, it happened. Simple as that.
Both benches were warned, and he comes up and in and hits McCutchen for a second time.
You just can't have your man hit like this.
I still go back to the league office. How absurd that Major League Baseball let Randall Delgado get away with it in Arizona. It's unbelievable. Garza's hearing it from the crowd. Todd Thompson, the head trainer, still checking on McCutchen. Another look. The Pirate bench is furious, of course. In Garza's defense, McCutchen did kind of lean toward the pitch a little bit there. And that replay, I didn't see that initially, but you can see Garza's side of it.
Well, we have discussed the situation a lot over recent years about guys diving into pitches to protect the outside corner.
That was the debate about the Paul Goldschmidt thing in Arizona. Goldschmidt had actually started toward that pitch. It ended up breaking his hand, and then they felt the need to retaliate the next day, and they hit McCutchen square in the back.
They all move that foot in. See, that foot's going toward home plate. I mean, that's a traditional move toward the hitting zone.
McCutchen moments ago, he's tired of getting hit and getting buzzed. We showed you earlier a number of times. Now the Brewers will need a new pitcher. I'm pretty certain that Ron Renegade will be handing the baseball here. Then he'll have to go to the clubhouse as well. Automatic ejection of the pitcher and the manager. And yeah, he gets a hug from Lucroy, and the manager Renegade hears it on his way to the clubhouse. Again, this is the frustration coming almost to a boiling point with Andrew McCutchen. Just a few times. This is the Delgado pitch that hit him square in the back. Shelby Miller, the Cardinals throwing behind him. Garcia, last road trip. And then this is earlier today, the first time he's hit. And then both benches are warned. And then he's hit by the pitch. And Marty Foster, the home plate umpire, ejects Garza.
And see, I'll go back to it. It doesn't matter whether it's intentional or not. It can't continue. And that's it. I mean, that's
Renicky, he gone. Scooter Gennett talking with McCutchen. That bench is still not happy. He's not happy. Boy, Cole went crazy, didn't he? Of course, Cole has a little history going back to earlier in the season with this club when he barked at Carlos Gomez on that triple back in April. Both benches emptied. Snyder ended up taking a punch as he stormed the field. He ended up getting suspended. Russell Martin got suspended.
Well, Garrett Cole has a high boiling point, or low boiling point, however you want to say it. If I was Marco Estrada, I would not hit anybody right now. If I was Estrada, I would not hit anybody.
Oh, yeah. That would be a pretty smart thing not to do. But you want to be able to pitch still inside, right?
Yeah.
Now, we've got a shot. We haven't seen it yet, but of Jonathan Lucroy's reaction. Watch Lucroy. Fastball. Oh, little tug on the shoulder. He wants you to come way in.
Is that?
I don't know. I mean, what was he doing there?
He's tugging his shirt. I don't know how much I can read into that.
Well, is that a sign of any kind? What Lucroy does? We're gonna cue it up again. That little tug of the sleeve.
I've always thought the thumb.
Okay.
The thumb. You know, if we can get a shot up here.
Let's watch this, Steve, again. Fastball in, and now he goes to this little. Well, that's something. It's just not. He didn't just tug at his sleeve for no reason.
Well, okay, you're right. That's more definitive than just having pulling your shirt up. But usually, that's the old traditional thing. Flip it. But maybe times have changed. I don't know.
Steve, this is what it used to be.
Catchers,
Steve,
catchers would do that.
Catchers would do that.
I want it up and in. I want it down. I want it down in the ground. Now maybe it's changed.
Well, you probably want to try and disguise it as best you possibly can, of course, right? Not make it obvious.
Yeah.
And
yeah, maybe it got more sophisticated. But I don't know that. You know, after a guy is hit once, the main man, I would hate to accuse Lucroy of doing that, but my goodness.
But I should point out that the catcher, Miguel Montero, before McCutchen was hit square in the back, he put down his middle finger.
Okay.
So,
well, that's a universal sign for something.
Boy, this is the first time in McCutchen's career he's hit twice in a game.
And Marty Foster is going out and have a little conversation with Mr. Estrada.
Let him know about the warning.
And you're right, you make a good point. You know what it does? It takes inside pitches away from Estrada. So if I'm a Pirate batter now, I might be diving.
You know, it's interesting, too. This is the same team just over a week ago that got into that war with Giancarlo Stanton. Mike Fiers hitting Stanton right in the face, and then the next batter was hit by Fiers.
That's literally adding insult to injury right there. The fans don't like it.
There's Mike Fiers. Fiers was immediately ejected after he hit the pinch hitter for Stanton. Reed Johnson was hit by the very next pitch, the Marlins. There goes McCutchen. You know he wants that bag badly, don't you? But he's going to be out. He wanted so badly to steal that base. He's caught stealing by Lucroy. After Gomez takes the throw. Remains 0-0. This Pirates-Brewers game, the season series, the past history. Andrew McCutchen hit twice. We just showed you Jonathan Lucroy put that sign down, and then what did that tug of the sleeve mean?
And you go back to that Sunday afternoon when we had the big scrum down around third base.
We're being told now that Lucroy didn't just do it then. So that's very important to point out. If he does it all the time, then we are greatly mistaken. We apologize for that. If he didn't just do it one time and he's doing it all night long,
if you're talking about he's there for.
We're seeing the last pitch.
Now, if you're trying to hide it, like you said, you're trying to hide. That's pretty blatant, isn't it? I mean, you're coming up here. Usually, you're trying to do something where you give the signs down there. So
we're trying to read stuff into it. We shouldn't do that. So we apologize. Yep. Lucroy takes a strike. He has grounded out and walked. And he lines it toward left field. It's going to drop in front of Marte. Ramirez toward the right center field gap. Snyder is over. And there, fine running grab by Travis Snyder.
He went a long way for it, and you know, it did look like he kind of had it measured, and he ran it down. Ball slicing back to him a little bit. That helps off the right-hand bat. But looked a little ominous at first because of the distance. Good job by Travis.
Here is Ryan Braun.
And you do have a little bit of a tinderbox here.
Yeah. Hard hit. Mercer, fine play. The shuffle to second for the out.
Ball hard hit. Jordy did a good job corralling that, and that little hook shot around is not as easy as you might think. If it's too early, you shove it out to right field. If you hold on too long, you hook it back toward third base. This is a good play in a nothing game. Get that out. Well done.
Figuring not enough time to get that hand in to the glove for the ball, so a little shovel off to Walker.
And that is not as easy as it looks to just have that touch to get it out there in the right direction.
Tough play, and now Chris Davis, who's bounced to short and hit a ball to the wall and right.
I'll give Jordy a circle on that one. Scoreless game.
There's a liner to Mercer. It's a busy bucko over there at the shortstop position tonight. Press conference Tuesday on Root Sports. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin takes the podium first, live at noon, followed by Pitt's Paul Christ at 1, and WVU head coach Dana Holgerson at 1:30. Press conference Tuesday, every Tuesday at noon on Root Sports. Nothing ball game. Bottom of the 6th inning. Marco Estrada, this is his 4th appearance against the Pirates this season. Started a couple of games. He has pitched very well versus Pittsburgh. He's given up 3 runs in 15 innings, a 1.80 ERA this year against Pittsburgh. See what Lucroy, is that a little twitch or any other kind of a sign? Goes to that tug of the sleeve.
Jury says innocent.
Yep. Fly ball toward center. Neil Walker is retired. Ray Searage, Pirates pitching coach. Martin has popped up and doubled to right.
I don't know if I'd want to approach Andrew right now.
Breaking pitch, ball one. One ball, one strike. To the shortstop, Gomez. High throw, but Overbay gets the throw and gets to the bag. 2 up and 2 down for Estrada. Came on to face Walker after Garza was ejected following McCutchen being hit. And McCutchen was caught stealing. So Estrada retired, or got an out, despite not retiring a batter. Jerry Narin, the bench coach, is now the acting manager.
Whose uncle Sam Narin was a Pirate coach 1,000 years ago.
And his brother Johnny is the hitting coach on the Brewers. Pitching coach Rick Kranitz conferring with Jerry Narin. Shortstop Gomez again. And 1, 2, 3 for Estrada. Through 6 innings, it's 0-0. in the National League Central Division. The Cardinals and Reds will conclude that series tomorrow afternoon. Rob gave you the highlights. Michael Wacha went 4 2/3 tonight, gave up 2 runs. His return after missing several days. Magic number for the Pirates to clinch a playoff spot down to 5. If they beat the Brewers tonight, it would drop to 3. Mike Leake went 5 innings, gave up 6 runs tonight for Cincinnati.
Mr. Volquez, I thought, was kind of in early trouble in terms of a pitch count, but he's hung in there very nicely. He's become more efficient. Working here in the 7th inning. He's scheduled to bat 3rd in the bottom of the 7th. Done a heck of a job putting up 6 zeros. The rest of it's details. Zeros.
Into an overbay. He has doubled off the wall and right and reached on the Volquez error. Josh Harrison.
Semi-shift.
Yeah, almost at short, and the shortstop Mercer almost behind second.
I guess we could go back to the old phrase. They're playing in pull rather than shift.
All right, good.
To the count. Garza walked to lead off the 3rd. The first time that the leadoff man reached in this ball game. Last inning, Lucroy led off with a hit. And a leadoff free pass. Don't forget, last Kids Day of the season tomorrow. Pirates Brewers 1:35. All kids 14 and under will get a knit ski cap thanks to Highmark. Come early for the #1 Cochran Family Fun Zone on Federal Street, and after the game, kids can run the bases. Presented by Kennywood. For tickets, go to pirates.com. Vance Worley returns to the rotation tomorrow. He's in the bullpen because Charlie Morton started on Tuesday night. But Morton is shut down and, for all intents and purposes, done. Hector Gomez at the plate. That's it foul. On our Nissan road ahead, it will be 16-game winner Willie Peralta on the mound against Vance Worley. Coverage will get underway at 1 o'clock. Pirates and the Brewers, the final game of the season series. Worley looks for his first career win against Milwaukee. Trying to bunt the runner over for a pinch hitter, but Hector Gomez is now in the hole 0-2. Willie Peralta be on the mound tomorrow. Most times with 2 strikes on a position player, they take off the bunt. Gerardo Parra is on deck. So keep the bunt on. And he strikes out. You wonder if, had Ron Renicky still been on the bench, would he have kept the bunt on with 2 strikes for a position player? We don't know. Jerry Narin did, and it's a strikeout. There have been managers over the years, Steve, that have kept the bunt on for position players, figuring, okay, this will affect your batting average, right? You better get it down with 2 strikes. We're going to keep that bunt on. Maybe you'll concentrate more.
Yeah, I've seen it a lot.
Because that's an offer.
Yeah, and the position players, a lot of them don't bunt a lot. No visit out for a scouting report on the computer.
You're right.
Huh?
Yeah. It's usually a standard operating procedure. Jeremy Jeffress is going to be the new pitcher. Former Diamondback Gerardo Parra bats for Estrada. Last 16 games, a .356 average for Parra. Now Volquez falls behind 2-0. And even though Clint Hurdle would like to get Volquez an opportunity for a W and let him finish this inning off, another pitch out of the strike zone might force Pirates manager to make a phone call to the bullpen. Fouled off. Volquez adding to his phenomenal numbers tonight so far. No runs, and including the 1-out recorded tonight over his last 9 starts. An ERA of 1.54.
Serge delighted with his work, certainly. I'm a little surprised that the bullpen phone hasn't rung, just as a caution. But they know more about that sort of thing down in the dugout than we do up here.
2-2 on the pinch hitter, Parra.
Certainly a huge sign of respect for that man right there.
Parra just 3 for 18 lifetime against Volquez. That's a .167 batting average. All quiet for now at Pirates pen. Parra acquired at the deadline for a couple of minor leaguers, an outfielder and a pitcher. He's hitting .298 as a Brewer. And Edinson Volquez about ready to deliver pitch number 100. Bounce toward the shortstop. Mercer, 1, first, and double play. Yes. Neil Walker hanging in there as Overbay barreled into second. Mercer, Walker, Davis, they turn the inning-ending double play, and what a performance by Eddie V. shots from the Allegheny Health Network Supermo as the Pirates and the Brewers battle here, and some tense moments. The season series, the Brewers have won 11 of the 17 games played. However, the Pirates won 2 of 3 in Milwaukee the last time these two clubs hooked up, and they're trying to take back-to-back series against the Brewers. Edinson Volquez certainly did his part. 7 shutout innings. New pitcher, we saw him last night. Jeremy Jeffers faced 4 batters, gave up a couple of hits, struck out a couple.
Might just need 1 point.
Davis leads off against Jeffers. He's lined out and bounced to short. Once again, this crowd, kind of like last night, waiting for a big moment. This offense, Pirates bats quieted through 7 innings. It was in the bottom of the 8th where they erupted, the big 3-run home run.
I'll tell you, if they do it again tonight with a late home run, these people just might stay here for the end of the game, watch the fireworks, and stay here.
Yeah, be here tomorrow for Kids Day.
Ready to go.
That left field line. On a play. See all these shots. It's we've said it for a lot of years that this is a beautiful ballpark, arguably the most beautiful, but nothing prettier than when it's filled.
Oh. Yep.
In September. And young and old alike on hand. What did Clint Hurdle say when he came on board? He wanted to rebond a city with its baseball team, and that has happened.
I love that crowd shot coming in from there, because that's where the old crowd shots used to be, with the guys with the bowler hats and dressed up in suits. The old time-sensitive.
Line drive to right field, and over is Braun to make the catch. One away, bottom of the 7th inning. And we'll bring up Jordy Mercer. Greg Brown, Steve Blass, Robbie and Smikowski with you. The Pirates and Brewers scoreless. Matt Garza was ejected in the 5th inning for hitting Andrew McCutchen a second time. The Brewers 4, 5, 6 hitters 0 for 9. Andrew McCutchen hit twice for the first time in his career. Josh Harrison, riding a 7-game hitting streak, is 0 for 3. And we saw the hits even at 3 apiece. Jordy Mercer takes ball 1. Jerry Nairn, the bench coach, is the acting skipper. Ron Renicky was also tossed. Towards center. Carries out to Gomez.
We almost did not have closure, leather closure. That ball trying to run out the top of the glove.
He's glad he used 2 hands, isn't he?
Yeah.
Squeezing that leather. Andrew Lambeau will pinch hit. He batted in the 8th inning last night. Pinch hit and single to left off of Jeffers.
Hopefully these baseballs that get out of the gloves, they're hinged in such a way that they just close over the baseball. Oh, dude, yeah, they're wearing my number tonight. Not quite a 28, but it could be adjusted. Oh, dude. .95-mile-an-hour heat.
Lambeau bats for Volquez. Line to right field. Jumped on that 95-mile-per-hour fastball.
Lefties go down and get that ball, lift, and some action.
Lambeau 2 for 2 the last 2 nights against Jeffers. Josh Harrison 0 for 3 versus the starter Garza. He struck out last night against Jeffers.
Because of the situation, no score, bottom of the 7th, they're giving him a lot of room in front of the outfielders, playing very deep, trying to cut anything off. That'll give you a feel for how deep these guys are. There's a lot of pasture in front of them.
Batting .316, by the way. 2 points back of Morneau.
Jay Hay all day.
It's contagious.
That's right. Just need a little cowbell now.
Padres lead the Giants 1-0, top of the 4th. Cardinals still lead the Reds 7-4, bottom of the 7th. And 2 strikes now on Harrison. Scoreboard, everybody can see.
That's all the evidence.
Drive, base hit in the right center field. Lambeau's headed toward third. Gomez will throw that way. Ball is cut off. It's first and third. Jay Hay rips a single to center.
Here's a little cowbell for you. Line drive. They cut that ball off. I wonder if it could have been interesting at third base, Greg, but moot point, obviously. Here comes Andrew.
Throw is cut off. Yeah, it might have been close. Last thing that Lambeau would have wanted, or the Pirates for that matter, thrown out at third on that. And 2 outs. New pitcher coming on.
Copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game. Brought to you by Miller Lite. Kirby Polanco will pinch run. And the lefty Will Smith is going to face pinch hitter Jose Tabata,
who, by the way, has thrown 7 wild pitches.
Might be one of those situations where Clint Hurdle just has a feeling, rather than keeping Travis Snyder in the ball game against this lefty. Tabata is 2 for 3 against Smith. Snyder has never faced him, though Snyder has 10 hits in his last 20 at bats against lefties, with 3 doubles and a home run. Sometimes Clint Hurdle will go with that hunch. Tabata hitting .341 against lefties. You see the splits on the season. He's in the hole 0-2. Righty's hitting .307 against Will Smith. There's the real reason Clint Hurdle goes to the right-handed batter. Did he go? No appeal. 1-2. Pinch hitter Tuesday night and grounded out. Tabata's last start was a week ago. And they pick off the runner. Polanco is thinking about breaking. Now he does, and he's going to be out. However, Clint Hurdle is going to come out. Jeff Bannister is going to check with the clubhouse and see if Lucroy gives him a lane.
Like initially he was out, the catcher was out in front. Well, there's the foot there.
Here comes Clint Hurdle. Whether this is just a pitching change in the changes, probably so. They're not going to ask for a review. Nothing. when the runner at first took off. Perhaps a set play.
Yeah. Yep, they wanted the speed at third base in case they could force them into a bad throw. But the veteran Overbay delivers to home plate. Takes care of that. Trying to find a way to get a run.
I wonder if the league office, sent that memo out a couple weeks ago about that home plate collision rule, and basically looking for more common sense, that it was not intended to be reviewed every time, so that if the throw is waiting for the runner, is out in obvious situations, don't encouraging managers not to even ask for the review. One try. Harrison is there. Carlos Gomez is 0 for 4. Let's go back to the studio on a game break. All right, Rob, thanks. That is good news.
Keep going to Pods.
Cardinals are leading the Reds 8-4 in the top of the 8th inning in St. Louis. Ricky Weeks pinch hitting for the left-handed batters. Scooter Gennett, second baseman. Here's the bunt moments ago.
Pretty good wood on it. Josh right there.
Can't find any gum. He's mad.
Angry young man.
No gum there. Two and one. Plenty of gum over there.
Yeah, the more you watch Tony Watson, you see that kind of gunslinger kind of sling.
And Harrison cannot make that play. Weeks will take the turn. Marte gets to it quickly enough. Base hit off of Harrison's glove.
Too hot to handle. That's
pinch hit, base hit for Weeks.
You got one swipe at that kind of ball. It's blistered. It hit so hard. You either got the glove in exactly the right spot or you don't. Weeks doesn't run a lot. 6 attempts. He's made 3, been thrown out 3.
Jonathan Lucroy has grounded out, walked, and singled. Takes a strike. Kevin Young is back again.
And looking
dapper, huh?
Very dapper.
Former Pirates third baseman / first baseman. We talked a lot about it last night that Josh Harrison came within 1 assist of matching the Pirate record of 11. That is also the major league mark. Kevin's wife Teresa watching, and I'm sure glad to see her Kevin all decked out.
Yeah, here's a guy that looks fine in a t-shirt like he did last night, and he looks good this way. Kevin Young looks good.
So he's a pretty good ambassador right there for the Buccos.
Yes. Yep.
KY, right?
From day one.
Yeah. Sends his best out to Teresa. Hope she's feeling better. Ball bounce, stabbed by Tony Watson, but a bad throw. And a double play ball. They get no one. And in fact, if he lets it go,
that's what I was just
probably,
thinking.
But instincts, right, Steve?
Instincts take over, yep. And yeah, they had the double play either way. If Tony gets it with a decent throw, or if it continues on pass. But you got the fielders in back of you. You take that ball. I mean, that's what happens. You take it. You just happen to throw it on the wrong side. Had a little tail on it to make it even more difficult.
Fielder's choice error 1. Twice the Pirates pitchers have made errors tonight.
Talk about those throws. Those pitchers, really, it's a quirky thing for pitchers for some reason, throwing the bases. I've seen so many pitchers in that kind of situation get a ball and throw a changeup, get the ball back in their hand,
what's Bob Block always say, Steve? He was told and tried to just throw the ball right over the second base bag every time. Well, how about just an easy double play ball right to the second baseman Walker?
Yeah. Clean up in aisle 4.
While Rick Sofield works the players and the crowd with some fun pregame antics. Pirates team will and did make a visit to Banksville Elementary on Clemente Day. That and much more inside Pirates baseball presented by Allegheny Health Network tonight after postgame on Root Sports. Nothing. Party atmosphere here in front of another sellout crowd, the second largest since opening day, 39,027.
Great turnout. And Greg, I have a moment because my last TV game, so I want to thanks.
This is your final While We Have a Moment of the year.
It is. Yep. And I want to say I've enjoyed working with you once again, and Tim throughout the year. But I want to say a special thanks to the crew that we've gotten to know over the years. They do such a great job. They're here hours and hours before we are. So thanks for the help and thanks for your friendship. Simple as that. Thanks.
Well said.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Now again, when this happened, I think it happens every year. People go crazy because was Steve saying goodbye?
No, it's my last TV game until the playoff. And no, we don't do TV on the playoffs.
Well, we can listen to you on the radio.
Yes. I'm not going anywhere.
The playoffs. Turn the TV sound down during the playoffs and Turn on the radio.
Yep,
Here's Steve.
Not going anywhere, because if I try to do that, I'll get lost.
Brandon Kinsler,
who, by the way, has given up 8 home runs.
Brent Morrell pinch hitting for Watson. Tabata pinch hit, was at the plate, but Pirates had Polanco thrown out on the caught stealing, so no official at bat for Tabata. 2-1 count now on Brent Morrell.
Just 14 walks issued by Kinsler, so the bat ready.
Ricky Weeks stays in the game. Chopper, Morrell might get a swinging bunt single. Bare hand play. Ramirez's throw won't get him.
There you go.
Here comes Andrew McCutchen. He's been in the center of much of it tonight. 3rd inning at bat against Garza. He's hit. The benches were warned. Braun, well, they were warned after this. As Braun got buzzed, didn't get hit. And then Garza goes inside, and McCutchen is hit. And the Pirates bench fired up, as is McCutchen. After he reached first, he tried to steal, was thrown out. And now he'll try and do it with the bat. Chase Darno, pinch running. McCutchen 1 for 4 in previous matchups against Kinsler. McCutchen does not have an official at bat yet. A walk and hit twice.
Here you see the depth once again, and you can still get a gap shot. They're just playing the angles better, so they might have an increased chance of cutting something off. But not only can you still get a gap shot, but you might get something that falls in front of them that you might not normally get.
Bullpen ERA, highest in the National League. Rockies, Reds, D-backs, and these Brewers relievers. Now it's 3-1. See if McCutchen doesn't get a juicy pitch. Russell Martin got one last night from Jonathan Broxton.
Could you imagine anything better than what I'm thinking about after all that Andrew has been involved in tonight? Just run into one.
Two. McCutchen usually takes that walk when he thinks it was not a strike, and that reaction. Look at this.
Yep. UPMC Sports Medicine strike zone. You talk about a frustrating night with number 22 in so many ways.
Darno goes. And out of play. Chase Darno taking off on the 3-2 pitch. Fourth-round pick by the Pirates in 2008. Chase Darno out of Pepperdine. Leaning a bit, but dives back. His brother Travis Darno, the catcher for the Mets, 1 for 5 tonight. The Mets are leading Atlanta 4-2 as the Braves bat in the bottom of the 9th inning. There goes d'Arnaud again. Ball 4. First and second. And nobody out. Steve, there's no way you would think in a situation a cleanup hitter would bunt. Now Walker can bunt. He's looking down at third base coach Nick Leyva. This is a situation that begs for it.
Yep. We don't want to manage, but yeah.
Well, we're not. We're just kind of thinking along.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We're first guessing.
Yeah, fans' prerogative. We're fans right now. We want something good to happen.
He has one bunt this season. The third baseman Ramirez is even with the bag at the moment. Overbay, so he's going to play in front of McCutcheon.
I'm guessing yes.
I think no. I think he's going to swing away.
We got it covered.
Yep. With that first baseman in, creeping now. Let him swing. Ball 1. Not bunting, and now Luke Croy is going to talk with Kinsler. You like to call that hazard pay, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Overbay's creeping in toward,
looking down the barrel.
A guy that pulls the ball as a left-handed hitter, and now Rick Kranitz, the pitching coach. This is a strategy meeting on the mound involving everyone except Aramis Ramirez.
He's been invited to the party.
Chase d'Arnaud's going to talk to Nick Leyva.
Baseball game on the line. Bottom of the 8th inning. Pirates in a great position.
Because he didn't show bunt, now they will back off Overbay. How about that contrast?
Yep.
Almost halfway in toward the plate, the first pitch, and now he backs up.
A bunt advances people. A base hit can win you the ball game. So your thinking was probably on.
Tapper. It's going to work like a bunt.
I told you. I told you he's going to move these guys over.
He did. And look who's coming up.
Of course.
And listen to this crowd now. That was then. This is now. They'll walk him intentionally. No surprise to this reporter.
Yep. Looks like Halloween. Boo!
I mean, really, can you blame them?
No, of course not. And Pirate fans tonight have been booing the Brewers most of the evening.
Now Starling Marte will get a chance not to win the game. It is the bottom of the 8th inning, but give the Pirates the lead. This is where they did win it last night. They were trailing 2-0.
You were given numbers about last at bat wins, or come behind, or just last at bat?
Last at bat wins. Pirates have had 40 come from behind wins, and 21 of them in the last at bat. Infield in, all the way around. Line to third, and d'Arnaud gets back. A broken bat liner to Ramirez. 2 outs. Well done by d'Arnaud. Get back. Keep the inning alive.
The move off third and the move back.
now they have had a lefty getting ready and stalling a bit. Jerry Naron looks like he's going to make another pitching change.
He is.
With Ike Davis coming to the plate, but then we'll probably see Gabby Sanchez face the former Pirate, Zach Duke. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Duke coming on. And the Brewers. Zach Duke coming on, and Gabby Sanchez going to pinch hit for Ike Davis.
That pitcher number 6 on the evening for the Brewers. Garza, Estrada, Jeffress, Smith, Kinsler, and now Zach Duke.
Gabby Sanchez 3 for 7 in his career against Duke, who's topped his career high in appearances. The former Pirate starter turned reliever in his first year with the Brewers. Pitched a scoreless inning on Thursday in St. Louis. He pitched the 12th. The Cardinals beat the Brewers in 13.
And Zach has given up 3 home runs. He's also thrown 3 wild pitches. In case you're interested in those numbers.
Pirates are 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position tonight. Hit hard, but at the shortstop, a bobble. Throws to second and gets the final out. Last out, hit on the money by Gabby Sanchez. Hard hit, but Hector Gomez, a bobble, recovered. Throws to second to get the force of Martin. Gabby Sanchez stays in the game. And it's Mark Melancon. He's going to be facing Ryan Braun.
The numbers for Mark overall, big number, 31 saves. So Clint Hurdle pulling out all the stops. There's my crowd shot with the shadow. Beautiful thing. It would have been nice to get a run there for Tony Watson. He's 10-1 already, but that goes by the board. Pirates had an opportunity.
A busy Mark Melancon this past week. A nice 8-pitch save performance last night. Jonathan Broxton up in the bullpen for Milwaukee.
I had a chance to talk to Tony Watson for a pregame interview for tomorrow on the radio side. And he mentioned that at this point, the word fatigue is not an option. It's not viable. See some things in these kind of scenarios that don't usually happen during the regular season earlier.
Well, Melancon suffered a loss to these Brewers back in April at Miller Park. Entered in a tie game in the bottom of the 8th inning, and with one out, Braun singled to start that frame. Jonathan Lucroy brought him home with a base hit, and the Brewers won that game 3-2. Check swing. No, says the first base umpire. And of course, you remember what Braun did to Jason Grilli back-to-back days. April 19th. April 19th, he hit a home run in the 7th inning off Tony Watson. And then in the 9th inning, he hit a 2-run homer off Jason Grilli to give the Brewers an 8-7 victory. Next day.
But wait, there's more.
Braun homered to tie the game off Grilli in the 9th inning. And the Brewers went on to win that in 14, 3-2. That was really, when you look back, that was the beginning of the end of Jason Grilli's Pirates career. It was back-to-back rough outings against Ryan Braun.
In the beginning of the career of Ferrari for us.
And a base hit for Ryan Braun. He begins the 9th with a hit off of Melancon. Scores the top of your screen. Elian Herrera, a switch hitter, is going to pinch hit and likely try and bunt Braun into scoring position. Bats for Davis. Cardinals won 8-4. Strike one.
Josh right on top of Herrera.
And the home plate umpire is hearing it now from the Milwaukee dugout. Marty Foster. Missed that. 0-2. I certainly would assume that when the bunt stayed on with 2 strikes for Hector Gomez in the 7th against Edinson Volquez, that Jerry Narron will keep it on here in a tie game with 2 strikes on Herrera.
Even though he looked awful with that stab.
Yeah. Hits it down. Melanson here's 2 from someone, and they get the out there.
Yep, you can hear it in the background. Good microphones. 2-2-2. And it looked like Mark even hesitated for a moment. Well, not really. Thought he did.
Fielder's choice 1-6. Here is Lyle Overbay. With that Cardinal victory, the Redbirds' magic number to clinch is 6 games. The Pirates, in order to keep it at 6, need to pull out a W.
You might see a ground ball right now because, as we saw on the screen, it's been a busy week for Mark Melanson. You don't want him out there really for an extended period of time. You still have a ground ball to Jody Mercer right now. Let him slide across second base.
Standings there updated with the Cardinals beating Cincinnati. Atlanta lost. Atlanta just about eliminated. Braves came into today's action 7 games back of the Pirates for one of the wild card spots. These Brewers, they have been saying over the last 24 hours that as long as they're not eliminated, they're still in it, even though they are 4.5 back of the Pirates. If the Pirates win tonight, they do eliminate the Atlanta Braves. In on the hands and just over the glove of Gabby Sanchez. Overbay chops a double into right field. With the first baseman holding Herrera on, Overbay able to chop it over his head, and Lyle Overbay's second double.
That close. I don't know if he might have even ticked it. He really went up the ladder. And then it was off to the races and hustling Gregory Polanco to get that ball into home plate.
Another big time meeting on the mound. And another pinch hitter, Matt Clark, made his big league debut earlier in the month and hit his first big league home run against the Miami Marlins 10 days ago. 16 home runs for AAA Nashville in 53 games. He started this season at Double-A. They're going to walk him intentionally. They're going to face another pinch hitter, Logan Schaefer.
Well, nobody can look at this game and say that the Milwaukee Brewers pull all the stops to see what they can do about winning tonight. Well, the Pirates. Well, there you have it.
That's the rally bucket.
That's why what's his name couldn't find any gum before.
Yeah. What's his name is Carlos Gomez.
Yeah, him.
That's Chris Davis with that bucket over his head. Chris Davis 0 for 3 tonight.
Well, Mark Melanson got out of a jam in a very unorthodox way the other night. Now he's challenged to get out of another one. Ricky Weeks' brother, I think, was the one victimized the other night at third base. Looking delivery from Mark Melanson. Just kept running in under the hands.
Schaefer 2 for 13 as a pinch hitter. You see the history with Melanson. Good speed, tough to double up. First baseman Sanchez again in front of the runner. Ball to strike on Logan Schaefer. 114 at bats. He has struck out 27 times.
Mark Melanson loves to work downstairs, so again an alert for Russell Martin. Bases loaded. Throw everything you got in front of a ball in the dirt.
Now this will perhaps bring in the run, though. Marte's got a great arm. The throw toward the plate, it's a 3 or 4 hopper. And a sacrifice fly for Logan Schaefer. That was not Marte's best effort in terms of the throw.
Nope.
Herrera runs very well.
He got too much hand around the ball. Yep, he's got a much better arm than that.
1-0 Milwaukee.
Tag, and then you get that many bounces. He didn't get all he wanted into the throw.
So the Brewers take the lead. Here's Carlos Gomez. Francisco Rodriguez, Brewers closer.
He's got 42 of them. 42 saves.
Ryan Braun led this inning off with a base hit to left. Herrera then bunted into a force play. Lyle Overbay hit the chopper over Gabby Sanchez's head for the double. Logan Schaefer the pinch hit sacrifice fly. want to get straight on what they want to do here with Gomez. In the bottom of the 9th, Jordy Mercer, Gregory Polanco, and Josh Harrison will be due up. And now another pinch runner. Gene Segura is going to come out to second. Segura pinch running for Overbay.
Got 2 out.
Another timeout. A lot of concern about that runner at second, it appears. Even before Segura was there.
Certainly none of the Pirate infielders or the middle guys are anywhere near Segura. I mean, he can get as much of a lead as he wants. All kind of room.
Oh, 2 on Gomez. Check swing foul. Gomez has bounced to short, fly to right, hit a ball to the warning track in left center field. Tried to bunt for a hit in the 8th inning and popped it toward Harrison. Lanson will have to get Gomez or he's likely out of the game. His 24th pitch. Bullpen about ready. Strikes out Gomez. The pitch in the dirt. It's a 1-run deficit. Francisco Rodriguez, 11th on the all-time saves list, coming on. Pirates going to try and rally here against one of the all-time greats, Francisco Rodriguez. Bucks have had some thrilling come from behind wins. Schaefer stays in the ball game. Out and left. Gene Segura remains in the game at short. And Mark Reynolds takes over at first.
Take a look at one of the numbers that you're going to see on this chart. Just in case.
Strike one. That was the home run chart. This is what he has done against the Pirates this season. 8 of his saves against Pittsburgh. 346 for his career, one shy of matching Randy Myers for 10th on the all-time list. And Mercer hits this ball toward right center. Braun is over and gets there. Mercer, that ball a little bit of a ride, but caught in the gap.
Upstairs, that's some of it, not all of it.
Gregory Polanco's first at bat of the night. He pinch ran and was caught stealing in the 7th. This will be the second out. Well, down to their final out. Francisco Rodriguez will face Josh Harrison. Rodriguez looking for save number 43 on the year. Harrison 1 for 4. Trevor Rosenthal, the Cardinals, and Craig Kimbrell of the Braves came into today's action with 44 saves to lead the league. The Brewers bullpen has done a phenomenal job tonight after Garza was ejected, going 4 2/3. The relievers have allowed 3 hits the rest of the way. Estrada, Jeffers, Smith, Kinsler, Duke, and now K-Rod. Toward short, Segura on to first, and the Brewers even the series. And with that, the Milwaukee Brewers pulled to within 3.5 of the Pirates for the second wild card spot, and the Bucks, with the loss, now fall to 3.5 back of the Cardinals in the National League Central Division.
Well, a classic example of the September grind. A lot of people left on base. Pirates had a big opportunity in the bottom of the 8th. It didn't happen. Tough one, but do it again tomorrow.
1-0 final. The Brewers win thanks to the chop double by Lyle Overbay for the head of Gabby Sanchez. And 5-game winning streak comes to an end. K-Rod picks up his 43rd save. We update the standings now in both the Central and the wild card. The Pirates could remain a game back of the Giants. They are trailing the Padres 3-0 after 6 innings, but they fall to 3.5 back of the Cardinals in the Central. Let's go back to the studio. Rob King and John Wehner.